friends, there are moments in the Bible that feel like sacred times, moments when heaven and earth seem to touch, and when decisive things happen. Acts chapter 1 records one of those moments. What is the context? Jesus has been crucified. He has arisen from the dead. He has spent 40 days teaching his disciples, opening their minds to the scriptures and strengthening their faith. Now they are standing with him one last time. This is not a moment of despair. This is not a goodbye speech. Jesus gives them a mission. Yes, he is about to leave, but he is not abandoning his disciples. He is telling them, you will receive power. And with that power, you will accomplish the greatest task possible. In other words, I am leaving and you are staying for one purpose: to tell everyone that I am coming back. Let us read the text. Now, when he had spoken these things, while they watched, he was taken up, and a cloud received him out of their sight. And while they looked steadfastly toward heaven as he went up, behold, two men stood by them in white apparel, who also said, Men of Galilee, why do you stand gazing up into heaven? This same Jesus, who was taken up from you into heaven, will so come in like manner as you saw him go into heaven. The first element of my text. Luke tells us that Jesus ascended after he had spoken these things. The detail is important. What were these things? In verse 7 and 8, Jesus corrects the disciples' question about the timing of history. They ask him, is it now that you will establish your kingdom? And Jesus' answer is clear and without ambiguity. It is not for you to know times or seasons which the Father has put in his own authority. In other words, Jesus tells them, do not speculate about the future. Accept the schedule of my Father. Instead of speculation, Jesus gives them two clear instructions. First, you shall receive power when the Holy Spirit come upon you. Second, you shall be my witnesses. Jesus did not leave his disciples confused or unprepared. Before ascending, he clearly explained what their focus should be during his absence. This is the rhythm of Christian life between the ascension and the second coming of Jesus. Not speculation, but power and witnessing, by focusing on the mission, by promoting hope in the soon coming of Jesus. We bring solutions to the people around us. We are not training people to accept conspiracy theories. We are telling them that Jesus has a purpose for their lives, to become people of hope. Therefore, biblical waiting is active, faithful, and mission-oriented. We wait by praying for the Holy Spirit. We wait by serving others. We wait by telling people that hope is real and tangible. This is our reality. What happened on the Mount of Olives during the ascension of Jesus transformed this planet completely. It means that the disciples were invited not only to turn their eyes toward the sky, but to turn their eyes toward the world and its suffering. Jesus said to them, "Bring to all people the witness of who I am. Bring to them the message of hope." The second element of my text, Jesus was given and he was taken at the right time. The second element of this text is the certainty that God does everything at the right time according to a schedule established long in advance by the Father. The angel said to the disciples, "This same Jesus who was taken up from you unto heaven." That phrase reminds us that Jesus' life followed God's perfect timing. The Apostle Paul explained in Galatians chapter 4, when the fullness of time had come, God sent forth his Son. Jesus came exactly when humanity needed him most, and he ascended exactly when his earthly mission was completed. Nothing in Jesus' life happened by chance. His birth, his ministry, his suffering, his death, his resurrection, even his ascension, all these events were part of God's redemptive plan. This truth speaks directly to our lives today. We live in the time between Christ's ascension and his return. It may feel like we are waiting. It may look like uncertainty or even delay. But in God's perspective, this time is filled with purpose. Your purpose and my purpose. Today is the right time to become messengers of hope. A time to learn trust in God's schedule. A time to share the gospel. If God was faithful in sending Jesus at the right time, he was also and he will be faithful in bringing him back at the right time. The element number 3, Jesus will come in a visible way. Then comes the promise that defines Christian hope. This same Jesus will so come in like manner as you saw him go into heaven. The angels emphasize this word, this same Jesus, not a different Christ, not a symbolic return, but the same Jesus the disciple knew and loved. How did he go? Visibly, bodily, gloriously, surrounded by his disciples. And in the same way, he will return. Jesus himself promised, they will see the Son of Man coming on the clouds of heaven with power and great glory. This promise changes how we view the future. History is not moving toward chaos. It is moving toward restoration. The new reality of our planet will be the absence of suffering, a new heaven and a new earth. Therefore, for believers, the second coming is not something to fear. It is the fulfillment of hope. For the world, it is still an open invitation to turn to Christ. And in conclusion, Acts chapter 1 places us at the crossroads. Jesus has ascended. The church has received a mission, and the promise of his return still stands. Until that day, I invite you to wait with faith and trust, to witness with courage, and to plead with God for his Holy Spirit. The message of the angels still echoes today. This same Jesus is coming again. May we be found ready, not watching the sky in fear, but living faithfully on earth, sharing hope and proclaiming with confidence, Jesus is coming soon.